Okay. And it took me years to understand how communication works and how effective communication is. And not only is communication about speaking, but it's also about listening and having that active listening engaged in a conversation, especially when you're talking to your spouse, because some things can be said or body language could be shown and it's not conveying accurately what you're trying to interpret or what they're trying to tell you. So you have to kind of interpret the conversation because their communication may not be the best. So sometimes it requires listening to what they're trying to say to make sure it's like, okay, they're trying to tell me this, but maybe I'm not grasping. Let me ask a few more questions. A good friend of mine had told me that he had to learn this one rule, and he was like, well, I have to listen for understanding. And he was like, do you listen to understand? I was like, listen to understand. It's like, no, I don't listen to understand. Like, why am I listening to understand? But what is it like? Like we're communicating. He's like, no, you gotta take your time, listen to understand before you respond. You gotta take in what they're saying, comprehend what they're saying before you go ahead and respond to what they said, because as you stated, it becomes more defensive. And when we become defensive, we lose the engagement of communication because we get into a back and forth.
Right.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.